Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Death Stranding, aka Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus. On the last episode of Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus, we had just delivered some packages. We 5-starred Hartman's Lab. We 5-starred... I think we 5-starred Mountain Knot. Pretty sure we're close to there. Overall it was just another package delivery mission. However, this time will be different because this time we are going to be ferrying out another antimatter bomb to the paleontologist. And after that, the paleontologist is going to have something else for us to transport to a third location to get on the network as we continue our way down the other side of the mountain and make our way to Edge Knot City.
EX grenade number 0.
Been a while since you had a shower. But before we go, we are going to read ourselves some lore. 5 males, 5 data, all interviews. Start with the interviews. Bridges staff, interview with the geologist. Personal shelter, 1 year ago. I remember it just before I joined the expedition when I found those documents in Bridges HQ, research papers that predated the Death Stranding. People used to believe that dinosaurs had gone extinct at the end of the Cretaceous period, 65 million years ago. But when this fellow investigated various locations where late Cretaceous dino fossils had been found, he came to the startling conclusion that there was hardly any evidence anywhere on Earth that supported the theory that dinosaurs had survived until the end of the Cretaceous. In other words, almost all of them had been wiped out long before that. The only place where there were fossils that did support the traditional theory was here, in North America, which suggested that this was the last part on Earth to have been inhabited by dinosaurs. Kind of funny given the times we live in. Not anyone agreed that with this analysis at the time, but let's say that he had it right. That would mean that there is evidence of a mass extinction hidden here, right beneath our feet. Evidence that could prove invaluable in understanding the one on the horizon. Did the dinosaurs who happen to live here just get lucky? Or is there something special about this place that allowed them to survive? I'd love to get to the bottom of it, but I'm not sure I have what it takes. I'm not like Hartman. I don't have dooms or any other unique traits. Still, I want to make myself useful. I want to research the Stranding and help uncover the truth behind it. That's why I joined this expedition team after all. That was an interesting one to be sure. Give me one quick second. There we go. Where were we? Right. Interviews. There we are. Nope. Reports concerning the void out in the satellite town of UCA 01-002 near Central Knot City. Recorder unknown. Report date and time unknown. And also unknown where it was recorded. Okay. UCA-01-032 has been wiped off the map by a void-out, leaving nothing but an enormous crater. Terrorism was suspected at first, but the investigation spearheaded by Bridges quickly ruled out the possibility and eventually concluded that the cause was the corpse of a civilian which had been left to necrotize unnoticed in an urban residential area. The deceased was Lucy Strand. Tragically, she was also 7 months pregnant. The child had already been named Lou. Cause of death was... Oh, wow. This is an important one. Cause of death was ruled a drug overdose, possibly intentional, though that remains unconfirmed at this time. Surveillance data was sent to Bridges HQ for analysis, but the results were inconclusive. Lucy's husband, Sam Strand, had been away for some time and became concerned when he was unable to contact his wife. Though he attempted to return home, the void-out was triggered immediately after his arrival. Being a repatriate, Sam was the sole survivor of the blast. As the deceased was the wife of a prominent member of Bridges, who himself is the son of President Strand, public support for the organization suffered. Many criticized the crisis management team's handling of the situation, as well as the priorities of the organization and President Strand herself. Some believed that Sam Strand was involved with his wife's death and that he should be held to account, while both the administration and Bridges adamantly defended him for a time. Public pressure was continued to mount. In a gesture, his co-workers suspect his way of taking responsibility. Sam Strand resigned from Bridges. His current whereabouts are unknown. Interesting. Report number 3. So we're missing a few of these reports. I wonder how we get access to them. Who? Lucy. Ah. So this is from Sam's dead wife. Report date and time unknown where it was recorded. Came as no surprise, but Sam was unreceptive to my suggestion and rejected my assessment of his relationship with Amelie. He asserted that he is not dependent on her or Bridget, and even went so far as to question my credentials as a psychotherapist. He pronounced resistance to the idea... It is bad to recite with your mouth full. His pronounced resistance to the idea only serves as further evidence of his dependency. Nevertheless, there is little I can do if Sam is unwilling to explore the possibility, other than continue to share my observations and hope that he eventually changes his mind. But for the time being, I have decided to focus instead on Sam's feelings towards Bridges and his place within the organization, given that it was founded to support and protect his adoptive mother. And that adoptive mother, interesting, and that the other core members have dooms like he does. I think there is something to be gained from the discussion. His growing responsibilities within Bridges due to their expanding mandate and his abilities as a repatriate surely put him under greater pressure, and I wonder if his enthusiasm for their mission was sincere. Based on our time spent together thus far, I believe he may have embraced his role because it helped him cope with feelings of isolation, that he pledged himself to an impossible endeavor because it was preferable to living and dying alone. That is an interesting theory that you have there, Lucy. Report number 4, also Lucy. I decided a different approach was required, and so I requested a meeting with the president. Discretion was vital, as any information which might suggest she is receiving mental health treatment could be exploited by her opponents. The meeting was listed as an interview in official records, though I was more than willing to offer my services had they been requested. I opened by asking about Sam's childhood, to which the president responded with an immediate and heartfelt apology. Her frankness shocked me, I must confess. She expressed deep regret for her failure to engage with him, physically and emotionally, as she felt a mother should. At times, it felt as though she was apologizing to her son by proxy. Her candor was as impressive as it was appreciated. The president told me that her daughter Amelie had mostly taken care of Sam in her absence. She glossed over the details, but divulged that Amelie also has dooms, and claimed that she would often take Sam with her to play on the beach. Interestingly, President Strand suggested that their time spent together there may be related to his current condition. And report number 6. I think this is the last of the interviews. Also from Lucy. I decided to share with Sam my working theory regarding his condition. I was prepared for some resistance, but the intensity of his anger was surprising. He glared at me as he reaffirmed my assessment as wild speculation and that he had been brainwashed by a cult. Oh, interesting. It was the first time I'd managed to coax him from such a powerful emotional response. While I found it a little frightening, I did my best to remain professional, welcoming the breakthrough. The reduction in the distance between us, that was how I presented myself, but in retrospect, a part of me was delighted by his aggressive response. Sam stated that he is a repatriate. I challenged him and said that repatriation was nothing more than a fiction used to explain the phenomenon of near-death experiences, one that makes use of the equally fictional beach. So she was wrong, because these are all real, from what we can see. Emboldened, I pressed him further until I finally told him to snap out of it, to renounce his fantasies about the other side. For an instant, I thought he might explode in anger again, but instead he grew quiet, and after a long moment rose to his feet and left the room without saying another word. I fear I may have pushed him too hard. Okay, so she was actually wrong. I'm not going to bother with the males right now. We've read enough. But that was actually a pretty potent lore dump. Get my shades on before we leave. Let's check on Lou. Make sure he doing okay. Hey, buddy.
You asleep?
I guess he is. All tuckered out after a long hibernation for the 2 days that I have been not present. Did we get a new scene for Cliff? No. Pizza rolls. Alright. And I just have to upgrade this too, but I'm not... So I think at this point, what did it say? $540 of 6840. It's a lot of special alloys. Alright, well, let's go do this hellish thing with the timefall bomb.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Weapons detected. All weapons keep on keeping on. All clear. Keep on keeping on. Sam Porter Bridges.
You all good?
Someone's happy.
He's all good. Okay. Oh, there are new ones. The roboticist and the ruined city. Don't really care. So I already have you 5-starred.
A paleontologist of ours needs an antimatter bomb for an important excavation. Seems the strata he's attempting to reach is beneath a layer of tar, and he has no choice but to resort to drastic measures. The bomb is safely secured in its case, but if you're careless and break the damn thing, you know what'll happen.
Yep, I've already blown up once from one of those. Need to transport the antimatter bomb from Hartman's lab to the paleontologist in Shelter 41-22 and connect the shelter to the chiral network. The antimatter bomb is required in order to continue excavations into the tar belt. But be careful. It's an extremely dangerous piece of cargo, as we already know.
Listen up, Sam. For this run, you'll be transporting an antimatter bomb. The Bridges paleontologist working on a dig says he needs it. Apparently, the fossils he wants to study are buried deep beneath tar, and the only way he can get to them is by blowing it wide open. Now, hopefully I don't need to tell you to be extra careful when handling high-yield explosives. But in case I do, make sure you keep that container in one piece, no matter what.
Do my best. I have 3 on me. Grab a 4th. Good on that. Good on that. Don't feel like I need that. Yeah.
Sam, I'm sure you haven't forgotten, but you need to be extremely careful with that antimatter bomb, especially when transporting it by a carrier or vehicle. Any irregularities should trigger an alarm. Don't ignore it.
I won't. There we go. That can go in the private locker. Perfect. Right. I feel confident with this.
Order assigned. Keep on keeping up. Weapons restrictions lifted.
All right. So which way are we going? Nah, there. Ah, the white with the reticle, it makes it so hard to see in center. There we are. Just under a kilometer. And of course we get some immediate snow. This would be a good idea. Why you... Oh, because I am full on charge. It's my boots that are half fucked. Oh, really?
Nice.
Well, in that case... I may as well just grapple hook zipline up there and continue building the network up to the paleontologist. But I'm thankful for it. Oh, it might be mine. Oh yeah, it totally is. Okay, where is it? Starting to get a whiteout. Oh, fuck! Where the hell did it go? This is starting to seem like it wasn't the best idea. Oh, never mind. I'm going that way. Hey. Oh, all right, fine.
Feel that?
Okay, I can breathe. Why is that one on fire? Whoa, that must have been a badass one. We're gonna go this way. See if this works. I think I can get away. Yeah, I totally got away. I need to get a view on that. There's gotta be a memory chip in here somewhere. Hey, it don't matter. I was sneaking mission myself all the way out. Yeah, looks like we're doing good. Ah! Hello, sir. It is good to see you, Mr. Pachi. Hey, it's a Pachi. Oh, I talk incessantly. Welcome to a Let's Play with the immersion-breaking sound of my voice. Am I out of the woods? Yes. And no, because now there's a friggin' whiteout. Just my luck. Where's the... You know what? Whiteouts. Well, time to recycle another sticky gun. This game is very interesting. The story is one of the main selling points. The gameplay is unlike anything I have ever played. But essentially, you play Kevin Costner in The Postman, delivering packages to and fro while dodging ghosts, terrorists, and inclement weather that speeds up the passage of time. Both rain and snow rapidly accelerate aging in anything they touch. And also, ghosts colliding with humans is like what happens when antimatter and matter collides. Meaning, you get giant craters. Alright, 500 kilometers. Currently, I am transporting an antimatter bomb to a paleontologist so he can go digging in chiral tar, which is basically tar runoff from a material that basically is made out of time itself, and continue digging for things so they can find out what caused the extinction event known as the Death Stranding. And I am gonna have to build a zipline network to this guy later, because holy crap, there's no way I can do that in this whiteout. Maybe I'll get lucky and there'll be a... But I'm getting close. Ah! Well, it's funny that you mentioned the COVID thing, because this game is actually the perfect kind of game to be playing during a pandemic where we all need to stay isolated. I am upset that I did not bring climbing anchors with me, but whatever. But, yeah, the overall story of this game is that you are working for an organization that is trying to reconnect America. Because in this world, everyone has been cut off, socially isolated, and everyone basically lives in doomsday shelters. Be they big doomsday shelters that are city-sized, or small one-man prepper shelters, which is the majority of what you find in the wilderness. But they're all disconnected from each other. So this group is trying to reforge the connections between people and prove that you can't just be shut away from humanity and social interaction. That people need to connect and reforge those connections. So it's actually kind of an interesting overarching theme in that case. Oh no, Hideo Kojima was actually a little bit of a prophet, and hilariously enough, they kind of subtly reference Trump as a couple of times in this game as the president what wanted to build a wall and disconnect us all from each other. But if he was still president at the time the Death Stranding happened, he was one of the first to die, so I'm fine with that. Anyway, no more politics. Instead, we are trudging down a mountain, and thankfully the weather has gotten a little bit better. I'm not going to that weather station, at least not from here, you bastards. However, I am still lost, and now I am off the grid. And really wishing I had brought some friggin' climbing anchors with me, because this guy is vertical. We're getting vertical with this last 200 meters. Nope. Whoa. Yeep. And I think my all-terrain skeleton is also fucked, so this might be an interesting... Whoop. Ah! A little bit of ASMR for the way down. Never mind, I blew up. Fucking bomb. Kiss for luck from the boy. I hate that fucking bomb. Where do I wake up? Where'd it save me? In the middle of the friggin' snow. Oh! Okay. I'm cool with that. Chiral nightmares from the geologist. Well, they were suffering from chiral radiation poisoning, so... Alright. This time, let's not blow up. Huh. Yeah, my active skeleton is definitely fucked. Okay, there he is. Hey, the snow is actually... Ah! Hey, the baby is happy. Oh, right, I have a ghost-detecting baby strapped to my chest. His name is Lou. I can comfort Lou. And he detects ghosts for me, so... And yes, story mission transports sometimes come with ASMR. It's a very odd game. It's not a nuke, it's an antimatter bomb. One leaves radiation, the other one just leaves the crater. Drink my Monster Energy drink. Because Monster Energy drink is how you regain stamina in this game. It's weird product placement, but they did it. Shit! I'm alive! Baby's crying, but I'm alive. It's okay, buddy. We didn't blow up. We didn't blow up. It's all good. It's all good. Go back to sleep. No. It's Monster Energy in caps. You should see what is it waiting for me whenever I go rest in my private room. Oh, well, at least it's no longer snowing. Thankfully, the bomb is in my timefall resistant backpack cover, so it didn't get any, it didn't get aged at all. Any damage it incurred was my own damn fault. It wasn't the snow. Alright. Made it. Oh yeah, my active skeleton is so rusted the battery lights are turned off.
Press ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Huh. Alright. Come on, Sam. Sam Porter Bridges. Delivering bombs like it ain't no thing. Ah, hello, Mr. Drew. Actually, the only branding, to be fair, is Monster Energy drink and the TV show Ride with Norman Reedus. I wonder why they included that. It's just really odd branding. Take your friggin' bomb. I don't want it. It blows up on me.
Delivering cargo.
Much appreciated, friend. Thanks to you, we can finally move ahead with the dig. I swear, this place is bad enough without having to worry about getting asphyxiated. Not that I need to tell you. You did it after all, though I can't for the life of me imagine how.
By crossing through a ruined city and a mountain and a BT field. But thankfully I have my magical handcuffs so I can cut their umbilical cord and send them safely to the other side. I love the fact that when you kill BTs that way, they give you a like for helping them cross over. That's a nice little touch. Kill them with your blood, they They get upset. Kill them with the handcuff that lets them cross over and go into the light. They like that. And I like that touch. I don't think it's because they couldn't get The Walking Dead. I think it's because, like, Ride with Norman Reedus is specifically Norman Reedus' show that was short-lived. And it's hilarious. Because of this game, I'm convinced that it was a shit show. Because the only time you really ever see the promotion for Ride with Norman Reedus is when you're taking a shit in your private room. Only 9% damage to the bomb. Not bad. I thought I did worse, considering I blew it up once. Ah, my bots! Speaking of things that'll fuck up a package. Oh, wow. Good job, bot. Only 16%? Yeah, no, that's more bot-like. Yeah. Yeah. This is what happens when you send an Amazon drone to do Sam Porter Bridges' job. You get that kind of damage rating. Okay. So apparently this paleontologist has another thing for me to take to a third center, which will strengthen the network. Yeah! Hey, this game is great bathroom reading material. The lore dumps in it especially. They are massive dumps of lore. Alright, on the network. Still the one black part in the middle of the mountain where that... I saw the guy's hut. It's the first prepper, but I don't have anything for him. Maybe if I explore his area, there'll be something for him. Who knows? Either way, he's all the way up the mountain. Oxygen masks. Interesting. About fucking time!
Anyway, as it turns out, Sam Bridges, I have a favor to ask. A local porter was on his way here with something very valuable, but dropped it en route. It's a 200-million-year-old ammonite, which looks, he says, almost as if it were still alive. He apparently stumbled across it in a boulder field, which had previously been hidden beneath a glacier, but that's not the half of it. The man claims this ammonite has an umbilical cord. An umbilical cord. Color me skeptical, but the specimen merits study, and I wasn't about to leave such delicate work to an amateur. So I asked him to carve out the whole surrounding chunk of rock and bring it here to me. Naturally, I wanted to compare it with contemporary specimens in the vicinity, which is why I had him excavate a number of those in addition to the one he told me about. But what does the dumb fuck go and do? He loses the whole shipment. Didn't even have the good sense to mark which container had the ammonite with the umbilical cord. The cargo was supposedly lost in the area to the southwest, where toxic gases have a tendency to build up. Old Mr. Reliable claims his cargo scanner is broken, and there's no way he can recover the shipment. But you could track it down. To protect you against the fumes, I'll provide you with an oxygen mask. Just to be safe. You can pick it up when you accept the order.
Good, so I don't have to build it myself.
Could represent an epical discovery. While there are examples of viviparous fish, an ammonite with an umbilical cord is unheard of. And if it is indeed 200 million years old, it would also correspond with the end Triassic extinction, another one of the big five. Could the umbilical cord be connected to the beach? We must recover that cargo at all costs. It could provide a vital clue to the mechanisms underpinning the Death Stranding. We're so close. So very, very close to grasping the true nature of the phenomenon. Hurry, Sam. We cannot risk that ammonite being lost.
Wonder if it's going to be 1/3 of an umbilical cord.
New order available. Please access delivery terminal for...
Okay. First off, Oh, and my gloves too. Okay. Boots are on their way out, but I got easy replacements for those.
Delivering cargo.
Have a good one, Rob.
For your continued support.
An oxygen mask, huh? Good idea. It'll filtrate the air and keep you breathing normally. In addition to protecting you from toxic gases, it'll also help to reduce fatigue from strenuous activity, making it easier to keep your balance. If it didn't have a limited battery life, I'd tell you to keep it on the whole time. But it does, so don't.
Build a couple of those. Feeling I need to. Build one of those for now. Just in case I need it. Actually. There we go. Do I have room? That's fine, actually. All right. There we are.
We need you to track down some cargo that was lost en route and deliver it to our paleontologist friend. As you know, this shipment contained a 200-million-year-old ammonite, which looked almost alive, if the finder's account is to be believed. I won't even comment on the part about it having an umbilical cord. Look, maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong, but it merits further investigation regardless. Make sure you collect the entire shipment so that we don't miss anything by mistake. It's more work, but it's also the only way to make sure we recover that ammonite.
Find the ammonites lost by their porter and deliver them to the paleontologist in shelter 41-22. One of the specimens has an umbilical cord that may provide a vital clue when it comes to unraveling the mystery of Death Stranding. I should be fine with what I have. Actually, no. At least one sticky gun. And I have an assault rifle if I need a gun for a BT fight. Alright, which way are we going? Whole bunch of helpful stuff. Where are we going? Oh, right, but... Okay, so it is just down there.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
It's kind of nice to be off the mountain.
Keep on keeping on.
Well, that worked out pretty damn easily. That was it? Wow. Sticky gun for the win.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be
Cool.
locked until departure.
I'm actually probably going to be taking a small break in a minute myself, Mr. Drew, because it's been about an hour, and I'll probably be coming back to this after I'm done with a smoke break too. But we're going to turn this in first.
Delivering cargo.
Ah, you found it. Let me see. I have to see it. Oh my. It really is immaculately preserved. Uncannily even.
I like how they've been tying in like dinosaur age extinction events with what they're doing now. This is kind of neat. New interview data acquired. Neanderthals are not extinct. Hartman's theory of evolution. Umbilical cords in Devonian-era fossils. I like that.
shipment, Sam. And yes, it did indeed include an ammonite with a bona fide umbilical cord attached. I've already sent some images and a preliminary analysis to Hartman via the network. Interestingly, it seems the surrounding strata contain traces of tar, which lines up with one of his theories. Anyway, I know you only just brought this ammonite here, but I'd like you to deliver it to a colleague of mine, an Evo-Devo biologist. Lately, she's taken an interest in the tar, and I think she'd be eager to examine this particular specimen.
It's quite remarkable, and that's to your credit. To clarify, she has been studying how the tar may have influenced the development of various organisms. Accordingly, I would ask that you also recover the tar collectors deployed near her shelter, and deliver them along with the ammonite. It would be too dangerous for her to attempt to retrieve them herself, which is why we must impose upon you. By aiding her research, we may yet inch closer to unraveling the secrets of the Death Stranding. We've already made so much progress with the data recovered by the network. With your continued help, I know we can accomplish even more.
Good work. New order available. Please
I'm
access
sure
the
there
delivery
is.
terminal for further information.
But before we take on that new order, we gonna rest in this huge shelter. Take a little break. Yeah, I've heard there are some fun glitches in The Witcher 3. Most of the ones I heard about were related to the horse. Still nowhere near as bad as Cyberpunk, though, from all things considered. But yeah. I'm going to probably come back for another episode of this tonight. We will see. And at which point we will be going to this Evo Devo specialist. Because we are not men. We are Evo Devo. And we will be picking up her tar collectors and dropping off these ammonite with umbilical cord fossils. So that should be definitely interesting and help us make our way even further towards Edge Knot City and maybe even unravel some more mysteries, because as we already know, this game is throwing us loads of questions and has given us a few answers, but not a lot. So let's see what happens when we come back, and thank y'all for tuning in to catch this live. Shout out to you, Mr. Drew, and shout out to the dearly now departed Mr. Pachi. If y'all made it this far, then you obviously liked what you saw, so go ahead, leave a like on this video, and for all those watching after it was uploaded, you all do the same, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. Consider joining me live for a chat and to catch the streams as they happen, or, of course, catch them after they're uploaded to the channel. Anyway, till next time, y'all stay safe, you wash your goddamn hands, you stay inside whenever possible, watch me on YouTube, and enjoy this new year. And I'll see y'all in the next video.